Good morning, passport holders. Today, August 23rd, 2017, making today day 1027 of the vlogs. I made a huge mistake, and I'm going to own up to it right at the start here. Came home after work, no sales, pretty boring night. I think I had like 4 calls that were legit. Everything else was just support, billing, all that kind of stuff that I don't have credentials for. So that all went out the door. Came home, started watching Bachelor in Paradise, got about 30 minutes into that, and just was completely exhausted. And at that point, I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to go to bed. I'm just going to go to sleep, catch a couple extra hours of sleep, or I'll wake up a couple hours earlier, it'll be fine. I went almost instantly to sleep, woke up 9:05 a.m., so I slept for less than 2 full hours, and was wide awake. Fought it, stayed in bed for an extra hour and 15 minutes, could not fall asleep. And that kind of puts us where we're at now, which is I got up, I sat out here for about a half hour, ate a little breakfast, just trying to like nurse myself back into that sleep mode. Laid back down again, and after a half hour there, it was just like, all right, let's get up, get doing stuff so that I can at least feel productive today. So I'm going to go and do some errands. In particular, the most important one, which is the hardest one for me to do normally, is I'm going to go get my hair cut. Additionally, one of the jobs that I applied for late last week followed up with me this morning relating to a phone screen tomorrow. So I'm going to do that, speak with someone in HR, kind of see what their culture is, their business, that kind of stuff. Not one of those that I'm like super like over the top about. But it could become that with more details, because it was a pretty stark job posting. There wasn't a lot of details about the company, about the position, just basically that they were looking for somebody to completely own their social media channels from top to bottom. So I'm going to go through that tomorrow. Thankfully, that is scheduled at 8:30 a.m. I was able to finagle a very early time out of them. And so that I won't have to change my sleep schedule for, which is awesome. What else? Oh, received an email from my current boss stating that starting effective tonight, I am no longer a part of his team. Nothing to do with me personally, nothing to do with my performance, everything to do with what the company is trying to do on the night side operations. They are combining three or 4 separate teams into one team, one kind of standard team, and splitting the work that each of us was doing individually amongst all 4 or 6 of us, depending upon how you want to line things up. It is, in my mind, a massive mistake. That stated, it does give me a ton of air cover for the tool that I've been developing. So, I'm going to get aggressive about that. Very aggressive about that in the remaining time that I have with the company, because one of the upsides of me knowing that I'm not going to be there for 60 or 90 days means that any sales that I make will be commissionable, and once that commission is paid out, they cannot revoke it if it gets canceled, if there's a chargeback, anything like that. So I'm like super pumped about that, to be absolutely honest. It means that I can spike a final paycheck from them really aggressively. Especially since that September is a 3 pay period month. I don't expect to be able to get a job that quickly. So when you pair all these little pieces together, that if I get through a 3 pay period month, I get through kind of the beginning of October, expecting that I'm going to need some bridge coverage time for health insurance reasons, that I could definitely really see a spiked commission check in October, which potentially could be my last one if everything moves super fast. So I'm excited about that. That could be a really good kind of way to go forward. So that's kind of where things are at. It's just shy of about 11:45 at this point. So I hope you guys are having a fantastic Wednesday. I think technically it is. It's so weird for me. But let's get today started. Alright guys, you're all cleaned up because I found the lens pens again because I was cleaning up my apartment. So that was rad. Woke up, or well, got back from the haircut, went to bed after a shower, woke up 4 hours later, was still dead exhausted, went back to sleep for an additional half hour, and then feeling good. Handled Clintus's vlogs captions, got that all taken care of, and then took care of the vlog edit, jumped a shower, shaved, got me all ready for the day. It sounds like the winds are really kicking up though, so monsoon season is back here in Phoenix. I'm gonna go grab a burrito over at Del Taco because I woke up just absolutely craving that, and quite frankly, it's a simple enough meal. I'm running into problems because I did not do my backup like I was supposed to of July's vlogs to the glacier, which then go to the cloud. As a result, there's not enough space on the SSD in order to export today's episode. So I've got about 10 seconds until the next 2 episodes that I moved over are moved. That will give me the space in order to do it. And then I'm gonna go over to Del Taco while that export happens. I won't get to job applications today in all likelihood, since I only have about an hour and we'll call it 20 minutes to eat dinner, come back, get ready, all that good stuff. I may get to some coding though, because that's something that I can easily accomplish in I think the 30 to 40 minutes that I'll have, versus trying to just like crank out a job application or 2. So excited about that. No further news about the team reorg situation. It seems like an absolute cluster. I've reread that email 3 different times. It seems like they're basically giving us a direction with no captain, no manager, and combining all of us into a larger group with no manager, no direction, no nothing. So I'm gonna take the tool that is just getting ready to complete its 500,000th domain check, and I'm going to literally beat the crap out of the system that they've given me in order to spike some cash. So until I get yelled at for it, I'm gonna use the living daylights out of that tool. But that just finished, so I gotta go delete those files off of the SSD and get that export going. Del Taco, but more importantly, haboob! This is the wall of dust that precedes a monsoon storm coming from the desert all the way through town. It's gnarly. Here at the office, guys, and it took me less time than usual in order to get up here. I don't know if the haboob and the rainstorm that we're seeing in Phoenix scared people off the 202 and the 101 transition, or what. Maybe I just drove faster. I was listening to EDM today, so that is a possibility, although my car wasn't yelling at me for going above 70 miles an hour, so I don't think I was going faster than normal. That said, I'm tired. Would love to be at home asleep right now, but that's not an option, at least for the moment. I'm also tired of this gig. I think that's part of the problem too. There's not a ton of excitement going into every shift. My hope is to make another dent on this PHP book. It's only about 125 pages, if memory serves, so it's pretty easy for me to like pound through 20 to 40 pages a shift. So the next section that I'm going to take care of is actually directly applicable to what I'm going to be coding against, so I'm super excited to get to that tonight. But I can't code with it, so it's literally knowledge that goes in my head, and I can't do anything with for 4 to 8 hours after I get it, so kind of frustrating. But one step at a time. Let's see how all this plays out tonight. Hopefully it's slow again. It will be. I'll get my guess tonight. Odds are 14, 15 calls, and 1 real sales op, which I won't convert, which will be great. So that's kind of the plan. I got some follow-ups that I need to do tonight. Don't want to do those, but I'll automate them the same way I always do. And that's it. So I hope you guys had a great Wednesday as this was being recorded. Great Thursday if you're watching on day of release. And remember, you never stumble upon opportunity by standing still, so go do cool stuff. Bye for now.